everyone, welcome to my craft room. I'm Babcia. That is my nickname. My granddaughters call me. It's Polish for grandmother. Did you see my last DIY video? Look at that, a light bulb honeybee. I show you and display various ideas on how to make honeybees and dragonflies. Today's craft idea is inspired by the Dollar Tree 3-pot planter item that they sell at the store. Now I picked up 3 of them, and now I have to go out and look for my supplies because I plan on tipping this one upside down, placing this one straight up, placing this one on top. Now, yes, it's a little tall, sorry. Now, what I need is a bolt. I need to make sure that these are anchored down. I want to first decorate the bottom part, have it flipped over, and then these containers here are drink holders. Up here is your snack holder. This is going out on my picnic table this summer. So I have to start crafting my summer ideas and projects right now, because once I'm outside this summer, I'm outside. I have catio to build, I have things to paint, I have other projects that are outdoors, and I have to get them done while the Michigan weather holds. So that's in the months of June, July, and August. And so anyhow, let's go on a quick little trip to find some supplies, a bolt, and other items that I might see as I go along. And I thank you for joining my channel today. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. You are welcome to stay with me and watch as I proceed in 2020. And be sure to check out 2017, 2018, and 2019, because I was uploading videos way back then and nobody knew me. But for some reason, a coat hanger and learning and teaching you how to make the Star of Bethlehem really increased my channel, and then I started to receive the subscribers. So I welcome you now into my craft room. Have a cup of coffee, sit across the table from me. I do have an empty seat, and let's go on a quick little trip to find this bolt that I need. Take care. Let's head out. Well, I made it into Home Depot. Here's a 6-inch bolt. Now I measured 5 inches, but it's always good to have that extra gap. And besides, that part won't show anyway. So now I just have to find a hex nut to fit on this 6-inch bolt. Pretty busy in here today. I picked up a few items for my projects for later on. Here's a 3/8. I don't know if it'll fit. Well, did you see some cool ideas at Home Depot? Hope you did. It's pretty close to me, so. And then Walmart's is next door to Home Depot, so I ended up going to 2 spots this morning. And here's my eye bolt, okay? Or not my eye bolt, here's my bolt. Also, this is what I want to do with the clay pots. See this? This is how I would make the clay pot, people. So I might add this into the video as I go along. You know, try to do 2 projects at once. You know me, I multitask. But then that'll make the videotaping a couple days. You know, but that's all right. You have a half hour on your hands to watch both of these projects develop. So that was my other idea. I see a ladybug person, I see a bumblebee person, and I see a butterfly person. I have to find little pots if I want to make the feet and the arms. Now, Home Depot did not have the tiny little pots, but the tiny little pots are at Dollar Tree. So I might yet make arms and legs for these little numbers. But I think this is a cute idea. And since you have a drain hole right here, you would have to open up that drain hole right here as well before we connect everything, so that if you put real flowers in here and you water it, that water will drain out. Okay? So this will be for real plants, but since it's February and there isn't any plants out yet, I will probably use, just for demonstration, fake plants from the Dollar Tree. Alright, so you want to take all 3 of your planters for this project, and you want to make sure you open up a hole right here in the center 3 times. Okay, so you have one, you have the second layer, and you have the third layer. So 3 times, make that hole so that the bolt can go through and connect all these together. That'll be the very first thing we do. Now, to open up that hole, you'd be surprised. This is very thin plastic, so if your hot glue gun gets hot enough, you can actually melt a hole and start it. If you don't have a drill, if you don't have a husband that will drill it for you, or you don't want to do it, you can do it with this. Okay? Just let that glue gun heat up and just hold on to this hole right here and press, and then the glue gun will go through it. Now, on another one, there's little drain holes right here, okay? I'm trying to see if these come off, because the second level is going to house drinks. Okay? Now, the inside of these look like this. So, various drinks right in this area do develop condensation, and you might not want water to build up in this layer, so you can poke these holes out right here and allow that condensation to drop out. Okay, that's what I would suggest for you to do. And this will be able to hold 3 drinks. This is the idea. And then of course the top layer is going to be the snacks, so you don't want to push any of those holes open. You don't want to have any of that. You just want an area where you could throw in potato chips and popcorn, stuff that the kids want to eat, a snack, or if you're using this as a picnic area and it's shaded, you can bring out your ketchup, your mustard, your napkins, your silverware, and your silverware could go on this side, your ketchup and mustard on this side, and then whatever else on this side. Okay, so you have that versatility of leaving the holes. Okay, just leave it like this, because that's where you're going to place your dry goods. But that second layer, you'll want to poke the holes in case the condensation builds up on your drinks. Alright, so it looks like that. Okay, I'm going to start with my holes and make sure the bolt fits first. That's the main things to keep all these together. First one, I use my drill, I press too hard. See how flimsy these are? And it cracked. Second one, I went on slower speed and took my time, and the hole is drilled. So, there you go. Remember, you watch the projects as I make them. I've never made this before. So, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go really slow, but I am going to hold onto this and grip it as well. So I'm going to place the camera down, and I don't have a tripod, so I'll see this. to try to get close and you can see. So I'm on the top, working my way to the next level. Alright, I'm going to have to widen this hole just a bit with the hot glue gun. Alright, get that bolt through. Remember, it's lining up this way. Alright, so let's try this. Alright. There we go. See? Now the last one is where I'm going to assemble the last piece. And see how this is how I probably want it to sit. Alright. And then flip her upside down. Add your washer, add your hex nut, tighten it, and we're good to go. So we'll take it all apart, and I'm going to decorate this bottom base next. Hope you've seen this. Try to get a good angle for you. I'm not a professional videographer. Time to grab. I have learned to buy extra, especially when I'm making a project for the first time. Now I may be able to salvage that cracked one, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, this is my third one. Okay, and I'm just going to take my drill that has the screw, Phillips screwdriver at the end of it, and then grip onto this. And slowly start the hole. Okay, now I did it with the last two, and it worked that way. I don't want to demonstrate with that. I want to show you. Let's see if the hot glue gun will be hot enough to melt a hole. That's what I suggested in the first place. Now I buy this hot glue gun at Walmart's. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Look at that. And it went all the way down in. See that? It does get hot enough. This is how thin these are. So now I need to make sure that the hole and the bolt fit together, so I will have to open these up a bit. So I'm going to take the hot glue gun and melt this one and let it sink down in and create a wider hole. There you go. So I hope you'll enjoy that demonstration. Once you get that basic assembly together, all the design, all the colors on you. You don't like my colors and my design, then move right along, because all my videos are about just a basic idea of assembling something and something that will last. That's why I use certain types of glues and certain types of paints. But there you go. You can now assemble all this together any way you want. If you were to just place them together regularly, okay, and they are going outside, make sure you fill these up with gravel or pea stone, because these will blow in the wind. These are very flimsy and light. I see them blowing right off my table when I get a big thunderstorm in. It's always good to add heaviness, weight, before you add your potting soil. And the taller it gets, basically, you might think it gets heavier, but it does not. The wind will pick it up and knock it over. So add extra weight to make sure it stays out there. All right. Now, if I make this as a drink holder and that, I'm not leaving it out there. It'll come in, it'll go in the garage, and then if we want to go out in the picnic area, then I will pick this up and take it out there when I'm setting the table up. All right, I am not going to leave this out there. Also, another idea, and you heard it here at Babcia's Coffee and Crafts. Make sure you give me credit. This is excellent for your craft room. You store your stuff. Store your scissors. Store your paintbrushes. Store your paints. Leave it inside. Use it as storage. Paint accordingly to the way you want it. Alright? This is going to be really cool for in the craft room. Alrighty? So we have those 3 holes. Now let's see if I can get the bolt through. And subscribe. For this base, fabric tack, I'm going around with fabric tack and then just adding little tiny bits of hot glue so that the rope will adhere right away. However, once the rope does hit fabric tack, it is sticky. You want to really glue the bottom of this, especially if it's going to be outside in the weather and the heat, while you use it when you're having a picnic. You follow the lines and then just go in. You follow the lines that's already on the pot. There's a line right there, so let's follow that line and then just cap this off instead of going in up here. If you're interested in more honey hive holes, you can place one here, place one here, place one here. Okay? The main idea is getting the twine on first. Anything that's going to be the 2D or 3D effect, glue that on first, go around everything, keep continuing to press it because fabric tack takes 10 minutes to set up, and this way it eliminates any air bubbles in between the twine and the planner. Okay? Once you have your holes and your design in place, now remember, this is just my design. You don't have to follow any of this. The idea is to tell you what I'm using. Now she's ready to paint. Okay? You don't want to paint this first and then apply the twine because none of the glues will adhere to paint. Okay? None of the glues that you place on twine will adhere to the paint because the paint will chip off. Paint won't stay on this plastic unless you coat it first with some type of sealant, and I don't want to spend all that money on that just yet. I want to seal this when I'm completely painted with it. Okay? So this is if you're going to use twine, put it on now against this plastic. Dip a sponge with paint, blot it off, and go around this honey hive, creating little honeycomb looking holes. Do a little bit at a time, and then you can go in and do it again. Use different colors. Use light browns. Use copper if you want. See the little holes? I'm going to do that technique around this whole entire honey hive design. I'm using territorial beige. Using yellow, I'm placing it on here to make it look like a honeycomb. It is so nice out right now. I'm just going to leave it here out in the sunshine to dry. So now you really see what it looks like out in the sun and the weather. And it will appear this way. In the craft room, I'm under a fluorescent light. That lighting is way different than outdoor lighting. Okay, are you ready to assemble this? Completely dried. Remember, we pre-drilled the holes. This has the bolt, the 6-inch bolt. Okay, so here we go. Flip it over. Line it up. In goes your washer, in goes your hex nut, and just tighten it. So see, we have a little bit of room here. It's better to have it a little longer than have it too short. Alright. Flip her over. She's really light right now. There you go. So let's say you're having a picnic. Okay? In goes somebody's water. And let's say somebody has a drink. There you go. Well, let's say you want to place this outside and you're going to have some hamburgers. You're going to have a barbecue. Alrighty. Carry out your mustard, your mayonnaise, your pickles, your napkins, your forks, your spoons. Don't have that right now. Well, my little big bottle ketchup won't suffice. I should say my son's ketchup won't suffice, but there you go. Have yourself a picnic, and there you go. There's your little serving centerpiece. You've seen it here. Now, here's another scenario. I kept this all paint-free because I want to use it for food. However, you can still use it for a drink section. Okay. And this part, add your dirt, add your real flowers. And it's still a cute little drink holder for in the middle of your picnic table with the top having some florals or having herbs, whatever you want to place on the top. Or you can add gravel, add some mulch, add some moss, and then add the tiny little fairy garden pieces, and still have your drink holder
on the side. So you have 3 sections for your drinks. Okay? And there you go. This was the DIY made by Babcia from Bay City, Michigan. Very versatile. Use it for anything I've mentioned. Keep it in the house. Use it for your craft supplies. Let's say you don't even want to do this. You know what? Throw in your craft supplies. You know, whatever you want to do. Scissors in one corner. You get the picture. Leave it right on your desk. Leave it right on your craft station. Please subscribe. If you like this idea, share it to all your crafty friends. Because these Dollar Tree planners won't be around for long. And once you see this idea, you're going to think, well, yes, this is awesome. This is one of a kind. People will talk about it. It's a very neat conversational piece. But that's what I'm going to use it for. So watch my videos this summer. You will see this out on my picnic area. And you can fill this area with ice and keep everything cold. And then this is the area where you want, to leave your drinks. And then be able to pick it up, take a drink, put it back in there. Okay? If you want to use ice, make sure that you do not poke holes in the bottom either, because your ice and your water will start dripping and it'll go all over this pretty little area that you just decorated if you don't want that. But if you don't care about ice dripping and you don't want to decorate the bottom tray, then don't decorate the bottom tray, and there you go. Anyway, so versatile. Hashtag art is freedom. Hashtag so far so good. And I can put away my pickles and mustard and mayonnaise and my son's king size ketchup. That won't fit in there. It's a big 64 ounce. But the little ketchup bottles will fit in there. Napkins, plastic forks and spoons. I'm sure you could even put paper plates in there on the side. Take care. Time to finish up the other DIY idea of the clay people, the clay insects. This is for demonstration, purpose only. You want your drinks to stay cold. Have to clean my ice maker anyways. So let's demonstrate this. Now remember, you didn't use the drain hose on this, so the water's going to stay in this. You don't want to overflow it though. Alright, so there's your ice. Kids want their juice pouches. And you want them to stay cold. They're coming over for summer barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers. Place your drinks on ice. Okay? And there's 3 sections. For you to hold your drinks. Let's say you're going to have a bonfire in the evening. Set this up for drinks. And there you go. You may even want to keep this section cold, add ice down here. Okay, so this will accommodate a water bottle. It'll accommodate probably a can of Pepsi, a can of Coke. It'll accommodate a cup, a container. And there you go. Add your drinks down here. And up at the top, save that dry, areas clean. Throw some napkins in there, throw some little bags of chips, little bags of cookies. So I hope I demonstrated this, give you some ideas as to was I'm going to use this and why I made this.